Remember that moment in The Lord of the Rings where the Fellowship is about to leave Lothlorien and Galadriel gives them some gifts, among which Lembas. Now, did you know that there is actually a hidden connection between Lembas and Holy Thursday, which Christians celebrate in the week before Easter? I'm Father Roderick, I'm a Catholic priest and a geek, and I love to help you understand the hidden meaning of a lot of the stories that we like. So let's talk about Lembas. It's this bread that is actually reserved for elves. It's a very ancient recipe that Galadriel inherited from her predecessors, and it is exceptional that she gives a stack of this lembas to beings that are not elves. And we know that this lembas is a kind of bread that will sustain you in very difficult circumstances. And later on, Frodo and Sam will absolutely benefit from that gift because they have nothing to eat. And the thing is with lembas, you only need a tiny little bit. Sam didn't really get that, to keep you going. And not only does it provide you with physical strength, but it also strengthens your mind, your soul, your will, your hope. Now, as you might know, Tolkien was a devout Catholic, and he had a great veneration for the Eucharist, the sacrament of the body and blood of Christ. On Holy Thursday, Christians, Catholics, commemorate the institution of this sacrament. It reminds us of the Last Supper when Jesus says, "This bread is my body, this wine is my blood. Do this in memory of me." And that is why Catholics still, up until this moment, celebrate the Eucharist on a daily basis even, because it provides them with the body and blood of Christ that is actually looks and feels and tastes like bread and wine. But Catholics believe that there is a hidden power in there. It is actually the gift of love that keeps them going, that helps them most of all in times of distress, in times of trouble. And there is something else that is very interesting about lembas. You can only benefit from it if you are pure of heart. Gollum cannot eat lembas. It would hurt him. And that's very similar to the Eucharist, which is meant for people, not the perfect, not for just for saints, but for people that have an open heart and that ask God for his nourishment in difficult times. There is another thing about lembas that is very interesting. The more you rely on it, the more it feeds you. And so at one point, Frodo and Sam have almost nothing to eat but lembas. And even though Sam keeps thinking of the good food of the Shire, it does sustain him to eat of that lembas. And that is very similar to what Catholics still do, and that is before they receive communion, there is a time of fasting to signify that same idea that I'm trying to rely on the nourishment that Jesus gave us in this sacrament. So there you have it. That is the hidden connection between lembas on the one hand and Holy Thursday, the sacrament of the Eucharist, on the other hand. Hope that helped. Follow for more.